work on them over a couple
He
of years.
works on memorial material. He does it a lot. He does it more lately, actually. And he, I guess what Jerry and I really hope is that when we die,
They keep
people,
the pictures up at Sardi.
that's, no, possibly, is that you'll say, boy, they really did good at Madeline Lee's memorial. Which is shallow, but in keeping with our profession.
That's what it's about, yeah.
Easy, baby,
Yeah,
easy.
yeah. I know that many of you have to go do a show tonight, and it's...
I don't think so.
no. We'll try to make it brief anyway. I wrote this little...
Jerry is, a lot of us are reading letters from people that couldn't be here, but Jerry, in his humility, wants to read you a letter that he wrote
It's
to
in double-
Joe.
It's double spaced, so you... I think it was at a benefit for the Summerhill School at the Alvin Theater in the 60s that we first met Madeline. You know that? You know
Speak into the microphone, will you
Okay,
please?
yes, darling. And we met Madeline and Jack. We were unknowns, and we were trying to start a comedy act. We had to audition, and thanks to Madeline, we made the cut. That night, as they say in the business, we were discovered. Through the years, Madeline was always in our corner and wasn't prone to keeping it a secret. Her beliefs, this is not funny stuff, I'm telling you that right now.
No, but, you know, it's heartwarming. So, you know.
Okay. Her beliefs were evident in every fiber of her being. She didn't need to wave an American flag to prove she was patriotic. It was hard to match her liberal leftist fervor, however. She swam in the same waters as all Americans, but got attacked. She took the hit with Jack and paid the price. Who else took klep? That's a Yiddish word meaning getting hit.
I never heard that Yiddish word ever.
Yeah. It was made famous on Saturday Night Live after a while.
That was Klempt.
That's right. They screwed it up. Anyway. Anyway, it was Joe, Sam, and Lisa. Where are those kids? They're still here, all of us. That they called them the red diaper babies, and Sam made that clear a moment ago. They were brought up in a politically active family.
Joey, read it
how do you
faster.
survive?
More
Okay.
people waiting.
Well, when the service at the Riverside was over, we were still smiling around. We were still milling around on the street. That I don't want to leave
There's
feeling.
a phone ringing, and if that's Madeline, we'll get back to her very soon.
Anyway, we were just not ready to go on to what was next in our life. Let not this moment go away. That's the feeling we had outside on Amsterdam Avenue a couple of weeks ago. The funeral was like a Broadway show with music, songs, stories, and laughs. When it was over, we knew Madeline would approve. That's it.
That's Jerry's letter.
That's my tone.
Let's hear it
All
for
right,
Jerry's
all right.
letter.
No. Anyway. And you want to...
Yeah, Danny wanted me to read this letter from a guy, Andy Gale, who heard from Teresa Stratus, who evidently was in rags. I'm giving you the background so you'll understand the thing. It's very short. Okay, anyway, Teresa called Andy from Tampa, Florida. Yes, so this is an international group here, okay? Teresa called Andy at home a few days after she heard that Madeline had died. She said, I usually don't believe in coincidences, but here I am in Tampa working toward my citizenship, thinking about rags, and just this morning I thought to myself how much I was looking forward to calling Madeline and saying, guess what? Rebecca, that's the part she played in Rags, is becoming a citizen. And that's the end of her short, but I'm sure heartfelt letter. I've got another one to read. This is from Rex Reed. Oh, yeah. That's what she said. Oh, yeah.
I hope he liked her work.
I
Yes.
saw him at Joe Allen's
Yes.
a couple of days ago. He's fine.
All right.
He broke his shoulder. Oh, that's right.
All right.
And he broke his shoulder and he was, I don't know, putting up a rose garden or something. And somebody said, well, Madeline would say it better be some fucking good rose garden.
I didn't know Rex was into such horticulture stuff. But you can't make her think, right? That's how it goes. Okay. We all know those old poems. All right, here's what Rex wrote. Okay. If you were adopted in the Gilford family by Madeline and Jack, it was like a Roach Motel. You came in, but you never got out. Even though I was in love with show business, I was naive about it. I didn't know anything about what happened during the blacklist. Madeline and Jack were hiding out in Hollywood for a while just to get away from it, and one day decided that we have to get out of the house. So let's go to Nate and Al's. Well, what they saw upon arriving was that every communist in town was there. And Doris Day. This is Rex, not me. Years later, who are you? Are you with the CIA or what? Making a list? Making it twice, okay. Anyway, okay, Doris Day. Years later, when my apartment at the Dakota was finally finished, I had a part. Still naive, I just invited all the swell, interesting people I could think of. I didn't know they have the memory of elephants. Madeline and Jack came in. They saw Elia Kazan. Jack didn't talk to him. Lillian Hellman was there. Kazan wouldn't talk to her. Jules Dassin was there. He wouldn't talk to anyone. Madeline asked me, Rex, where's the bedroom? I said, are you kidding? I've got this beautiful dining room. She said, I'll sit at your dining room table next time. For now, I'll be in the bedroom. Madeline told me that all through the forum, a funny thing happened on the way to the forum, Zero and Jack would only take Jerome Robbins' directions from the stage manager. That's right, because Zero called him loose lips when they started rehearsal. When Jerry Robbins died, Madeline said if he goes to heaven, Jack won't speak to him. I imagine them all together now, Hume and Jesse all rewriting Cocoon. And talking about who's going to direct it. And this last one is from the wonderful comedy writer, period, Larry Gelbart.
Larry Gelbart sent this,
And we're going to break it up. Jerry will start. It's a tribute to Madeline.
if Madeline Lee Gilford could be taken from us, if Madeline Lee Gilford, with all of her vivacity, with all of her drive, with all of her overdrive,
If Madeline Lee Gilford could be taken from us, if the Madeline we knew, with all of her strengths and all of her weaknesses, the winsome, losesome Madeline,
the Madeline of courage, the Madeline of passion, the Madeline of cool, the Madeline of commitment, the Madeline of never-endingly, mother-henningly care, the woman of vision, the woman of brass,
the woman of wall-to-wall ballsiness. If Madeline Lee Gilford could be taken from us, if a woman such as Madeline Lee Gilford could be taken from us, trust me, there is not a single one of us who is safe. It's Larry Gelbart.
Very good.
And Ruby? Ruby D? Hi, Ruby. You're on.
Hello, everybody. Oh, my goodness. I'm glad I didn't have much more time to think about what to say today because I don't know. Madeline is like a lifetime. There's nothing incidental about her. There's nothing accidental about her. In my life, she's been a big exclamation point. She's helped to define a lot of things that have happened to Ossie and me and to and to our time, and helped us translate a lot of the things that we are and have thought and have lived into some meaningful perspective as actors. She turned me into a kind of writer, and to so that I know that she was I liked her deliberateness, and I liked her bossiness, and I liked her sureness, and I liked her authority. Because I felt as if there was something there about Madeline that I needed. I brought this book up with me not because I'm going to read the whole thing, and I brought this, but this was an excerpt that I was going to share with you. I mean, just a little bit from this book. But I can't do that, but because you can see that I wrote a lot. We wrote a lot about Madeline, and about the time that she represented, and all the people that we met through Madeline, and how she changed our lives. I know she changed mine, and through her, the people that we met influenced the way we were as people, and as activists, and as reactors too, and the way we raised our children, and the way we thought about the things that the way we changed the way we thought. And I suppose one of the things I'd like to share was one of the things that she did that I shan't forget is she introduced us to the labor movement in a way that I shan't forget. She introduced us to the 1199, the retail druggists workers union with Mo Foner and Henry, and that group of people, and the furriers and the meat packers. She turned us into a kind of a writer. I remember the day she introduced us to Mo, and it was from that day that we began a new kind of existence as writers, especially Ossie, and as actors, because every year we worked for one union or another. We came to understand the marriage of labor and life and art and living and comedy and drama, and they were Madeline represented a new kind of reality, and all of those people that we traveled with, beginning with Madeline and Jack and Howard and Nancy and Phoebe and Morris and on and on and on, became rock bottom, fundamental to the way we thought about art and our existence on this earth, that combined with other elements. And we know that we do influence each other, and we are each other across the generations and across the oceans and and I thought about Ossie's talk about the shtetl in Europe, and about Shalom Aleichem, and about how he changed Pearly Victorious from a drama, to a farce, as he watched the performances during the World of Shalom Aleichem, and the fools of Helm that he fell in love with. There was something about Madeline that had that magic. The wise woman and the humorist, and that part of being a fool that is also being wise, that is also seeing ourselves in a kind of light. I mean, I can't bring. I don't know why I brought all these things with me, except because I didn't know where I was going to start. Starting with Madeline introducing us to the labor movement, and then the caucuses during the McCarthy period, and the tears and the hiding out at a camp up upstate in New York, where we were performing the Cherry Orchard and hiding out in the dirty in the laundry basket with the dirty clothes.